Hey everybody, it's Jeff. Hope everybody's doing really well today. This is going to be part 27 of the Thunder Model Scammell transporter build in 1/35 scale. Sorry. I want to try and get the winch on and the drive shafts in and a few other things today. Okay. Um, Something else I wanted to mention. I'll be starting the bulldozer here probably tomorrow, maybe this afternoon. I'll be recording that one just like I did with the Scammell. The Bedford truck I will just be doing updates on probably every few days or once a week, something like that. Um, I'm not going to stick to a strict schedule like, Scammell one day, Caterpillar the other, and keep shifting. I'm just going to kind of go with the flow. If I feel like working on one or working on the other, that's what I'll do. I'm not going to try and set a real tight, strict schedule. Uh, just don't want to get into the stress of making sure that I've got the right video up there on the right day. All right, let's go down to the bench and let's see what we can get done, okay? Be right back. Okay, this is probably a couple hours after I recorded the intro to this video. Um, Usually before I do anything on camera, I'll test fit just to make sure everything is, going to go together okay. Um, I started making sure the winch and everything fit, and I had some issues that I think I've resolved, but you couldn't really see what I was doing on camera. It's so tiny, all you could basically see was the back of my hand, so I'm not going to include that in the video, but I'll show you what I was doing. Okay, I've got the floor of the cab on again to test and make sure everything fits correctly. This thing is so precise, such a tight fit. You got to have everything in the exact right spot or it doesn't work out. Let's see if we can get this off of here. Here we go. Okay, I've got the winch on. This is exactly where it has to be. If it's a millimeter one way or the other, this won't go on. It's got to be in the exact right spot. And there are locating pins and marks, so you can get it where it needs to be. This here, when I installed it, this little drive here, I installed it turned a little bit too far one way, so I had to take this loose and I had to turn it back. I still got a little bit of work to do. See, that's not really glued in tight yet. Getting the drive shaft straight was the hard part. I'll put some pictures up, but here's our drive shaft. You can see it. This was really difficult to do. I shouldn't say really difficult, it was just you had to really plan what you were doing. But there's a hole right here that the drive shaft has to go through, and then it connects to the transmission like a PTO drive right here. The hole here is too small for the drive shaft to go through it when it's together. The drive shaft comes in two pieces, so you have to put the drive shaft in from this side and then glue the other end to it. Okay, so I had to do that on the model, and there's still some glue and stuff here I need to clean up, so I'm not really quite finished with this, but the drive shaft lines up. It goes right through the hole right where it's supposed to, and it all connects up real nice. That took me well over an hour just to get it right. The instructions don't really show you a lot, so I kind of had to work it out on my own. But I did get it in. Now, the way it shows it, it says to put this drive shaft in first and then put this one in. But I would put the little short one in first because the big one's going to really be in your way. Okay, So I've got that all in place, and it all looks right. And the most important thing is it clears with this. It goes, sits down over it. It's such a shame that once this is all built, you're not going to see anything of this. Maybe just a little bit of the back. But this is all going to be hidden. You're not going to really see anything. Well, if you look from the underside, you could see it. But just sitting there in the display case, none of this is really going to be seen. Same thing with the engine, unless I leave the hood off, which I probably will put the top of the hood on and leave the sides off, the way I'm thinking. But what I want to do now, I've still got to get that glued tightly in place. What I want to do is I want to get the rear drive shaft in. I've got it right here, and it's in two pieces also. Okay. I've got a piece of foam here. Just put this on, hopefully try not to damage things. Here's the drive shaft here. So I didn't want to glue this in until I had the drive shaft in place, because I want to make sure everything lines up. Okay, so this is going to have to be put together. It's in two pieces also. This is basically how the other one came, with the end off. So let's go ahead and glue that. I started on the bed for just a little bit last night. I got through about the first page or so of instructions. So far it seems real nice. I did find some sink in the roof and things I had to work on, but that's no big deal. It all came out just fine. Okay, try and get that as straight as I can. I'm going to let that sit there for a couple minutes and firm up before I go any farther. One of the other things that I need to do, these are the front fenders. Okay, hang on. The chair wants to roll away. The front fenders are mounted to the spindles, and the fenders actually turn with the wheels. I'm not going to glue them on now, but I need to put them together. Now, if you look, the fenders are different lengths. Okay? From everything I can tell, this one goes on the right, the shorter one on the right side. And these are the brackets, and they're a little warped. Just in the molding process, they didn't really, let's see, let's go ahead and do the shorter of the two first. Yeah, this is the driver's side. These are identical. When you glue this on though, see how this one here is nowhere near close to where it needs to go. So it needs to be, it's just warped in the plastic. What I'm going to do is I'll glue one end in and let it firm up. Let me grab some clamps. I think I have a couple of clothespins or something I can clamp that with. Be right back. Okay. We'll see what we can do with this. I've just got some of these clothespins here. Got a hair on there. Jordan's hair, not mine. Okay. think I can clamp that. It's kind of at a funny angle. Maybe from this side. That is going to be tricky. That'll work. Okay. I'll do that, and then see, this one's quite a ways off. So I'll do one and get it nice and straight and firm, and then I'll do the other side. So let's see what we can do here. Try not to make a big mess. Okay, that looks about right. Let's see what we can do here. Probably gonna have to put more glue on the joint once I get it in place. Okay. Okay, I'm going to leave that one. We'll do the other one. Basically the same. Okay. Okay. Okay, that looks pretty good. Not too much glue. Okay, you can see how far off this is of actually getting in the area it's supposed to be. So I'm going to leave those alone, let them firm up. We'll go back to this. So with this, the way the instructions have it, I believe it's the end with the slip joint goes to the back. So let's see if we can get this approximately right. I'm trying not to break anything. That there. I need to turn this. That's the reason I left those. Whoops, no, I need to have it the other way. That's the reason I had these loose, was so when I come to put this all in, I can line it all up. Of course, that's the way my day's been going. I might put just a drop of glue on that to keep it there. Yeah, let's do that. I've noticed a lot of you guys are entering the group build. That's good. The more the merrier. Okay. And we'll see what we can do here, and that's going to have to go up. We can hope it'll all fit okay. Okay. Come on. Turn that just, there we go. That fits really good. Yeah, that's really good. Okay. Now we can glue those U-joints in. And I'm going to glue this in. Okay. I've still got some cleanup to do. But I use a fiberglass pencil a lot for removing glue marks. Seems to work real well. Okay, guys. That's got the drive shaft in. That all looks real good. I am not going to touch this for a while. I really don't want to have things moving around. So I'll be back in just a little while. Okay, guys? Thanks. Okay, it's been just a little while. Hopefully this is all pretty well firmed up by now. Let's go ahead and get these. They just need a little bit of a twist to get them where they need to be, and then I'll clamp them. This side should be good by now. Okay. Just needs a little help getting it where it needs to go. That's not quite. I might just have to hold it for a little while just to get it started. Yeah, it's going to be good. I'll put a little glue back here. That should be good. Okay, let's do the other one. See, it's just twisted a little bit. It's not that bad. Got a little smear of glue there, but I'll fix that later. Anytime you have a, like if you make a mess with the glue, just leave it alone. And then once it's dry, you can come back later and use a fiberglass pencil or something and clean it up. You sure don't want to be messing with it while it's wet, or it'll just really make a big mess. Okay. Not quite got it in the right spot. There we go. Okay. That looks good. Hey, let's go to the instructions real quick. There's a few more little pieces to put on the side here, and then we've got the fuel tank to put on and the exhaust pipe to put on. Okay, let's take a look here what we've got real quick. Okay, let's go back up here. Anything in green we've taken care of, so that's basically the top. Oh, I did take care of this. I did glue that on, so I'll change that to green. Whoops, and I did it yellow again, didn't I? Okay, the fan I'll glue on just before I paint. It's really delicate. So everything up here, we're in good shape. Just a matter of a few little bits and pieces to clean up. I'm going to wait to put the radiator in until I get some things painted. Okay, this is all looking good. Okay, this drive shaft here, we've taken care of that. Okay, so we'll change that to green. And we got this little part here. Just another spring. And then also, let's see. Let's look at here real quick. Okay, I put this in. This is the drive shaft for the winch. The E19 are the U-joints for the winch, and this F16 is a bracket that I went ahead and installed. So those can all be taken care of. Okay. This is the cab, which we'll be working on next time. I'm not going to get into more parts of the cab today. This will be put on later. This goes to the winch, control for the winch, I believe. Getting a little hoarse there. Okay, and then we've got this little bit of PE we need to add to the muffler. And then we've got this bracket here that I've cut off. That'll need to be done. That'll need to be done. And let's see, that's more cab parts. I've got these two to put on. This B46 I've got cut out, so we can get that put on. And we've done these. Let's see, we've got these trimmed up and we're putting those together. We're getting pretty darn close, aren't we? So the E12s have been done. This tank is all finished. It needs to be installed. I need to put the little photo etch cap on it so we can do that. Then this is the fenders and the hood and a couple of lights, and then we're done. This basket will be about the last thing to put on along with the lights. Okay, let's go up here. Let's save that. This is on my Google Drive, and I've put a link to it in the description of the video in case anybody's interested in following along with what I'm doing. Let's do B46, and these are their couple of little parts. Okay, so B46 will go here. There's a little tab right here. And there's my straight ones. Well, we're going to do all these. This is B46. It's some kind of a regulator or something for the brakes. Come on here. Okay. It's getting very hard to pick this up. There's so many delicate parts on here. Okay, that's on. Then over here, this is somewhat confusing. This bracket will go on here, and it goes to this little arm over here. Let's go back and look at the directions one more time. Let's see, we can mark this as done. Well, let's see here. We'll mark that as done. And okay, where did it go? Right here. F19 and F20. Wow. Okay. So F19 will go just right here, and F20 will go right here. So F19 will set just right about there. It's such a small part, and they really don't tell you. I don't know which way is up. There is a small divot in the frame here that I think locates this end. So we'll put that on. Whoops. Something along those lines. And then this is supposed to just touch it somehow. Kind of like that. Got a lot of little glue marks I need to clean up. That looks like the picture. Okay, so I'm going to call that good. And we've got this tank to add on this side, and it should be pretty straightforward. Here's Jordan down here looking for something. Hang on a sec. Where'd you go, Jordan? I don't see him now. I heard him. Okay. As soon as I get some glue on something, he'll come and wants some attention. This will go here, and there's a kind of a bracket molded in the frame for both ends. Just like that. I've still got to put the cap on it. Okay. I suppose you can probably see better without this. Okay. No real way of clamping that, so I'll just hold it for a minute. And that's going to be down below the level of the floor of the cab, so it shouldn't interfere with anything. Okay. That looks pretty good. Big tank. Okay. And then I'm going to just set that down for a little while. This is the muffler and the exhaust pipe. And that's this little bracket that goes on there. There's a photo etch detail that goes on the end of the muffler. I would glue that on with some of this MIG Ultra glue if I can get the lid off. This gives me a lot more time to get it positioned. Okay. And let's see here. Clean toothpick. There we go. Okay, this is thinned about 50% with water. And it's nice that it can be cleaned up with water. That's more than what it's going to take to get that on there. Okay, I'll just put this through real quick to make sure it's centered, which it is. It's kind of floating on the glue there right now. Well, okay, get it back into position. Wants to stick to my fingers, but that'll be plenty strong enough glue joint for that. Okay, I'm going to just let that set for a little while, and then I'll come back and clean the little bit of excess up with some water. Okay, in the meantime, I've got a bracket that goes on here. This is the forward into the exhaust pipe. This will go on here. Just a little bit of a flange. Okay. So I'll let that sit for a while and firm up. Okay. I really want to let that sit for a while without knocking it, and then I'll put this on. I'll probably do that in the next video. let's go ahead and call it good for now, guys. I appreciate you watching. I've had a lot of really great feedback on my videos, and the caterpillars or the bulldozer is going to be a lot of fun, I think. This is too. The detail in this is amazing. It's too bad a lot of it's not even going to be seen when it's done. But I'll know it's there, and you'll know it's there. So anyway, let's call it good for today, and we'll talk to you real soon. Okay, I'll put some pictures up here at the end. All right. See you later. Bye.